Hey guys, you're watching Car Topic, and today we're going to be looking at what exactly makes a car iconic. In order for a car to become iconic, there are many things that have to go in place for this car to be recognized by millions and millions of people all around the world. Let's take a look at the Porsche 911, for example. Even if you're not a car guy, you will see this car roll up and you'll know exactly what it is, a Porsche 911. Now, why is that exactly? Well, for starters, this car has a very unique design that no other car has. While many supercars look very similar and share many of the same parts, Porsche has kept their cars their own by making their designs very distinct. On top of that, there are many of these cars that exist. Yes, it is an exotic supercar, and it is not made as many times as the Prius, but it is still made more times than any Ferrari or Lamborghini that you've seen. But above all this, the number one thing that makes a car iconic is being around for a long time. Unlike many other exotic manufacturers where a car is made for 10, maybe 15 years before being replaced, the Porsche 911 has been made since 1963, making this car around for over 57 years. The next great example of an iconic car is the Chevrolet Corvette. Although many argue that the Corvette does look a bit like a few Ferraris, it's the iconic badge that is put on every Corvette that makes it recognizable to everyone. And up until the C8 Corvette, every Corvette has been a slow evolution of the previous generation, making the very first one have similar features to the one from a few years ago. Another great feature that makes the Chevy Corvette iconic is the fact that it retains its features. For example, it retained pop-up headlights all the way up to 2004 with the C5 Corvette. And aside from the C8 Corvette, every single Corvette has maintained its rear-wheel drive front-engine setup. And even though the very first Corvettes were considered underpowered and too slow to be competitive in their market, they slowly evolved and became the fast, speedy machines that they are today. Speaking of the first Corvette, the very first Corvette was made in 1953, making this car over 67 years old. And even though this footage isn't of the very first Corvette, it shows the Corvette's early stages in life. And finally, the perfect example of an iconic car, in the United States at least, is the Ford Mustang. The Ford Mustang was the start of the muscle car era and has left any other pony car in the dust ever since. And even though the Ford Mustang was struggling to sell during the oil crisis, it still held true to its values and pulled forward to the 21st century. On top of that, in 2005, the Ford Mustang was also the first to bring back the retro design, in which every other muscle car manufacturer switched to the retro design within 5 years, the Chevrolet Camaro being the last in 2010. Ford was able to stay ahead of the competition with Carroll Shelby, as Carroll Shelby gave the Mustang the Shelby GT 500, the top-of-the-line Mustang designed to defeat all other muscle cars. And Carroll Shelby has been with Mustang since almost the very start. Speaking of the start, the Mustang's been made since 1964, making the Mustang over 56 years old, 1 year younger than the Porsche 911. It is these qualities that make the Porsche 911, Chevrolet Corvette, and the Ford Mustang's iconic cars. Well, anyways, that's it for this video. I really hope you learned something from all of this, and please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video if you enjoyed it, as I'm going to be making content around 3 times a week. Thanks again, and see you guys back on Car Topic.